And for more on that possible debate between President Duterte and former Supreme Court Justice Antonio Carpio on the West Philippine Sea, we're now joined by the President of the Philippine Bar Association, Attorney Rick Domingo. Attorney Domingo, thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Carmina, for having me.
All right, so let's talk about this. How serious were you in offering to host this debate between President Duterte and former Supreme Court Justice Antonio Carpio? Was that said in jest, or were you really serious?
We're very serious about this. This is a serious matter, as you know, Carmina. This involves national interest that the people of the Philippines should know of. And we're not kidding. We are very serious in offering our good offices for the president and the justice to come up with a very dispassionate discussion. We would like to start a national conversation about the real issues and what should be the real remedies available to us.
You know, when news broke out about the challenge and when the challenge was accepted and then the hosting, the offer to host, a lot of people really reacted to it. But let me ask you this, why should this debate take place? There are those who say it may not take place because the president might just, again, withdraw this challenge. But to you, why should this take place?
This should take place primarily because the Filipino people are confused. In fact, they're even perplexed. Why are they hearing narratives that are differing? We need to have a cohesive, a clear, a coherent, transparent, definitive, and transparent definition of the issues and the remedies available to us. We cannot quarrel, as one of our brothers in the profession said. We have to be together. And this debate, which we hope will push through, will give the president and the justice who are differing in their views the proper vehicle for them to articulate the respective opinions of the matter. And the final arbiter of this would be, of course, the Filipino people.
Yeah.
Just to show you and dramatize to you, Carmina, when we issued this release, the Philippine Bar Association issued this release at 6 o'clock. We got 17,000 within the hour likes and friends. So you could see the keen interest of the Filipino people on this.
You said a while ago that the Filipino people are confused regarding the issues surrounding the West Philippine Sea. To your mind, what led to this confusion?
The presentations publicly given by the proponents of or even the antagonists would be different. They may have a very good faith attitude towards this by presenting the real issues on the dispute on the West China Sea or West Philippine Sea, as the case may be. But they have not really come up with a more concrete, as mentioned, a clear, coherent, and cohesive plan how to address this. And they come out to the point that even they are uttering cuss words. We in the association believe that we should raise the bar of discussion, strike a new national conversation on this with a dispassionate conversation and articulation of the disputes and the issues and the remedies surrounding those disputes.
That in itself is a challenge. I mean, you want to raise the bar of discussion, and yet people also think that it's high time for everyone to make it an issue of their own. I mean, it is out there. It's being talked about, but it has yet to remain a gut issue for majority of the people. What are your thoughts regarding that?
Without in any way undermining the impact of the present COVID-19 pandemic, where about almost 18,000 or more of our countrymen had already perished, without undermining that. And I think the national focus right now is on how we can address this national pandemic, okay? But do you realize that the incursions of the Chinese vessels and the imminence of their attacking us if we resist their aggressive actions, would lead to them using the nuclear armaments that can annihilate 112 million people, the Filipino people. And the imminence is there. What will happen to the future generation of Filipinos, or even our apos, our children? That's exactly what we are trying to say here. They do not realize at this point the imminence of the threat. And we go by roundabout discussions on this matter without any definitive, clear, and cohesive solution on this. We don't have to go to war, Carmina. We don't have to go to war. Last Friday, we had a webinar, if you attended that webinar. And we, the Philippine Bar Association, invited international law experts, Dr. Brendan Plant from University of Cambridge, and of course, Professor Julian Koo. And of course, we also invited Justice Carpio for the Philippine side. But we had a balanced discussion on this. There are other remedies, non-military, that may be resorted to by the Philippines. One of them is refer the matter to the Security Council. Now, the doomsayer will say, well, we'll never go farther because we have the Chinese, vetoing any resolution that we pass there. But we can go to the UN General Assembly. There's one precedence there. One of the precedents says would be Nicaragua went to the General Council after having been rebuffed by the Security Council and got a majority vote of the UN General Council against what? The United States of America. Okay? That's something we can cite. And that has not been seriously considered by the government, and that has not been seriously proposed by any proponents here, except some views expressed by the other camps.
Attorney Domingo, there are doubts that as much as this debate is needed, that it won't take place, primarily because the challenger will just withdraw the challenge. Talk to us about why the president should remain true to his words and remain true to his challenge, that this debate should push through. Talk to us about why he shouldn't withdraw this challenge. Go ahead.
You shouldn't withdraw, number one, because he's a lawyer. Both of these protagonists are lawyers. In fact, one of them, Justice Carpio, is a longtime member of the Philippine Bar Association. If they are really true to the words lawyers, members of what they call the most revered legal profession, they should be true to their word. In fact, in Canon 1 of the Code of Professional Ethics, we're supposed to enforce and abide and enforce the Constitution, the provisions of the Constitution, as well as the laws of the land. The arbitral ruling is one of the laws of the land because we have already a favorable arbitral ruling in our midst in 2016. The president should abide by that. Justice Carpio should abide by that. So this would be a good forum for them to articulate their respective views on how to abide by and what the strategies are and what remedies do we have in the context of the arbitral ruling.
If the president withdraws, Attorney Domingo, what does that tell you?
I cannot second guess. I am still hoping against hope that the president will, in good faith, accept our invitation to host. Justice Carpio had already accepted it without any condition at the convenience of the president. The Philippine Bar Association is eagerly awaiting the response, affirmative response of the president on this. And as we said, we can design the debate in a way that will be agreeable to both parties. We can design the debate such that the only pivotal and core issues that the president would like to be addressed will be presented during the debate.
Okay, so give us a sneak preview before we let you go. The president said he only needs 3 questions. To your mind, what should these 3 questions be?
Well, I cannot second guess what the president, I don't think the president had enumerated the 3 resolutions, right? The 3 issues.
But what about you? What do you think should be discussed?
Well, I don't know really. I don't want to be leaning towards any political position on this because the Philippine Bar Association is neutral on this. We want a dispassionate discussion. But I think it has something to do in relation to the enforcement of the West China Sea, the arbitral rulings, and the presence of the Chinese militia vessels in our territorial waters, and of course our exclusive economic zone.
All right, we're going to have to leave it at that. It was a pleasure talking to you. Great hearing your insights, Attorney Domingo, President of the Philippine Bar Association. You take care. You keep safe.
You
Thanks
too,
again.
Carolina. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Our pleasure. Thanks.
Okay, bye-bye.